I'm going to try to make this video super quick, unlike my other videos. This is a tutorial video. The Nicki Minaj song, Your Love, is really taking off right now. At the time that I'm recording this, she has not released an official video. I imagine she will in the next 2 weeks, probably. This is a lesson that I taught a group of middle schoolers 2 days ago. And I think it's the second beat duplication tutorial video that I've ever put up on YouTube. So I hope you enjoy it. So first thing you need to know about this beat is that, kind of like the Soulja Boy track, it requires very few sounds. In this case, there are 3. I will post a download link for you to take these sounds so you can try to recreate the beat yourself, or create something new with the sounds if you would like. But let's get started. So first and foremost, you'll notice, if you know anything about 80s or 90s music, that the song contains a sample. The name of the song that is being sampled is No More I Love Yous, popularized by Annie Lennox, but it was released by a different group called The Love something or other. The song was sampled by a producer named, according to Wikipedia, Papa Justify, and released by Nicki Minaj. So let's hear that sample. This is the Annie Lennox version, because that's the version they sampled.
And so restless nights,
so check it out. The only other 2 sounds involved in making this beat, at least in this tutorial, are drums. A kick and a snap. So really the challenge is just in programming the whole thing. I'm going to show you how to do that. I use ACID. You may use something else, but this is very helpful to ACID users or Logic users or possibly FL Studio users. I'm totally far removed from how that program works. So the first step is, let's get the sample in time. I'm going to load the Annie Lennox sample into ACID. And we could use the beatmapper wizard, but I'm just going to use, I'm going to set the sample as a one-shot. Or it was a one-shot. I'm going to keep it as a one-shot. I'm going to paint it on. And I'm going to find the part that sounds best. Right at the beginning there's kind of an ugly note. That kind of discordant string tremolo thing. So that kind of ruins the beginning for us. So we have to cut the sample at another downbeat. So let's find it. So right there, I'm going to cut it right there and get rid of all this other stuff. Now the shortcut to splitting the track is the S key. Real simple. If you don't know it, learn it. The tempo of the beat, the Nicki Minaj beat, is, I want to say 95. I'm pretty sure it's either 95 or 96. We're going to try 95. So I'm going to change the track tempo to 95 beats per minute. And I'm going to turn the metronome on, so let's hear if this is correct. And the track's a little too fast, but what you will notice is, if you listen to the Nicki Minaj version, that the sample's pitched up. So what I'm going to do is click on the sample, hit the plus key on my keyboard, and here we are. And so we encounter another problem here, because now the sample is a little too fast. So now what we don't want to do is change the track tempo, because we're going to end up with something weird like 94.8963 or something ridiculous. What I'm going to do is I'm going to zoom way in, find the point at which the sample starts to speed up. So you'll see here that this part is early. It's coming in a little earlier. You can see the peaks. This is the bass note, I guess, in the sample. You can see it. It's to the left of 3.1. Now 3.1, what does that mean? The first count, which is the downbeat of the third measure. 3 is the measure. The number after the decimal point is the count. So I'm going to cut right where I see this bass note come in, and I'm going to move it back to the 3 count. I'm going to do the same. I'm going to keep doing it. It's a little off here. Move that over. It's a little off. Move that over. A little off. Move it over. I went too far. Okay, I only want the first 4 measures of the sample, so I'm gonna cut everything from 5.1 to the right because that's the 5th measure. I only need this stuff. So, to make sure that these little gaps of silence aren't audible, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take the pencil tool and just drag this to the left and get a nice crossfade going. I'm going to do that here as well. Crossfade here as well. So now the little chops we made are fine. They're not going to sound choppy. I'm going to copy this whole 4 measure loop, paste it. Now I have a full 8 measures. I'm going to go back to my sounds, drag the kick, drag in the snap, and get to work programming. With the click wheel on your mouse, that's how you zoom in and out. That's going to really help, especially when you're programming drums, because if you're zoomed way out, you know, you might only be able to program whole notes or quarter notes. And if you're zoomed way in, you might be programming 128th notes. So you really want to find the right amount of zoom where you can, you know, be flexible. It depends on the situation, of course. And in this situation, I'm going to zoom in until I can see every count, and for each count I have about 4 little squares. So between 1.1 and 1.2 I have 4 squares. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to program the kick here in the first square and in the 4th. So it's going to sound like this. Let me turn the kick up. So I'm actually going to silence the sample. Here we go. And I'm going to put the snap in at the 2. Ooh. Right here at the 2. Paste it in at the 4. I'm just going to keep doing this on the 2 and 4. 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 And now I'm going to put another kick right here. The first little square after the snap. Oops. I was off. Paste that in here, and I think in the beat there's an extra kick. So you can tell me if I'm wrong. I'm sure someone's gonna tell me if I'm wrong, even if I'm not, because everybody has an opinion on YouTube. So let's hear how this drum loop sounds. Now let's bring in the sample. Let's see how this sounds. There you have it. Now, here is the download link for you to get all these sounds, for you to experiment with, for you to duplicate what I just did, for you to, you know, create something new with. Please type the correct link, because in every single other one of my videos there's always been somebody who just didn't type it in correctly. They freak out, start posting comments saying the link's dead, causing riots. Everybody's, you know, freaking out, kicking over tables and lighting nursing homes on fire. Let's not do this. It's not worth it. Anyway, hope you learned something. On a somewhat related note, since Nicki Minaj is signed to Young Money, Little Chucky's mixtape came out yesterday. It's called Charles Lee Ray. Be sure to download it. A lot of people are feeling it. I produced track number 3. It's called Road to Success. We're working on a lot of new stuff with Little Chucky, so expect more music from us. And I'm actually going to upload that song in a minute once I'm done doing all this. So check it out. Appreciate you watching. I'm DJ Payne1. Hit me up, DJPayne1, the number 1.info. Peace.